This is the URT. You are the URT. Smash a like for the URT. Subscribe for the URT. This is a much awaited, late, you could call it, in the day of a preview for Arsenal. Huge game, like the thumbnail says. Absolutely huge game, Manchester United tomorrow. Manchester United put in an incredible performance against Man City. Dismantled City, outfought, outbattled. Can Manchester United go away to Arsenal at the Emirates Stadium and actually do some damage? Or will the little bubble burst tomorrow? Well, United's little giddy bubble, the fact that we've all been giddy. Big up to King Saul, by the way. We're never quitting, Saul. We're here. F them. Big up to everybody. Big up Sheikh Harian. Big up to all you lot. We're here, people. We're here. We're live. We're direct. I don't know if anybody's going to join me. I've sent it to everybody. I've sent the link to everybody, and I did it yesterday. So I don't know if anybody's going to join us, but we've got a preview for you tonight, people. We've got a preview for you tonight. We're going to be talking to the presser, Michael Carrick's presser. We're going the talking about the snow signing in January, how Manchester United are gaslighting the fan base and telling them, oh, signings in the summer, Anderson, Anderson, all this BS, and Wharton, and da-da-da-da. And we're going to ask the question about Baleba. Do United fans want Baleba? Or do they think he's not that great at all? So, but Anderson is the guy that would fit the system, fit Manchester United. But I don't think Manchester United can go and get Anderson. Obviously, Liverpool lost today, and now some fans are getting even more giddy, thinking we can get fourth. But it is what it is, people. It's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But big up to all the usual lot. Big up to Asian King. Big up to Carla. Big up to King Soul. Big up to all the mods. And King, big up to Sheikh Arian. Big up everybody else. Smash a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And all of that was to come after this intro. URT, pick up the URT, smash a like for the URT people. How we doing, people? Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Carrick'S presser, we're going to be getting into that as well. Big up to Sheikh Harry, and hopefully maybe you can get some of the quotes. URT, we are live. URT, we are live and direct from South Central Manny. URT, we Army, we are live now. I'm just sending out a tweet for the Arsenal. This is Manchester United preview. Manchester United preview. So, big up to all you lot. So, the fan base, Clownchester United, as I call it, gaslight the fan base, no midfield signings. Everything summer. Summer. F the summer, mate. Who gives a damn about the summer? It's about now, mate. ARSMUN. MUN, mate. SRS. Ars. Yeah. MUN. There we go. We're there, people. We're there. Big up to all you lot. But yeah, please smash the like. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already subscribed. There we go, man. Like Luwani's here in the background. Big up, Luwani. How you doing, Luwani?
Good. How you doing, brother?
I'm good, man. Talk to me. What's going on? How cold is it? How mad is it out there?
Damn. Two things are happening at the same time. Big up Therapy Army, big up the chat and everybody else. I hope you guys are doing well. Well, first, it's very, very, very cold, and there's a snowstorm that's scheduled to hit us in the next 24 hours. Apparently, it's
Wow.
going to impact 120 million people. So
Wow.
they're asking us to buy 3 days worth of food and prepare for power outage and all that. So yeah,
Have you
it
got a
looks like
radiator?
tomorrow.
Have you got a
Yeah,
generator?
I do. No, I don't have a generator. I just have those kerosene powered heaters, just in case the electricity, we lose electricity. And I have some food, and it look like we're gonna be Sunday is expected to hit us on Sunday. So it looks like Sunday and Monday we're not going anywhere. We'll take 2 days force off. The second thing that's happening, obviously, in Minnesota, and all that thing that's going on with ice. It's strange. We wake up every day. We don't know what's going to happen the next day. And it doesn't matter if you're an immigrant. It doesn't matter if you're legal, if you're an American citizen. The fear is the same. I just spoke to my neighbor,
I
old
don't.
white guy.
Yeah, I don't. That's what I'm saying to you. I don't use their language because it's very dehumanization. No human being is illegal, bro.
I agree with you. We are
No
all from
human
the
being
same
can ever be
planet, so
illegal. Yeah, this planet belongs to all of us, man.
all of us. I agree with that.
F these
I agree with
people,
that.
man. No human is illegal.
Yeah, we don't know what's gonna happen the next day, so we just
Yeah.
praying and hope things calm down eventually.
Yeah.
That's all.
But seriously, brother, maybe it might be good for you to see if you can get a generator.
Mm.
Yeah.
But what kind of like those kerosene powered generators?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get some petrol. Buy a couple of standard petrol so you can use the petrol, generated. So you can have electricity, man.
I'll definitely invest in that. It's just this is one situation.
Who's Alex? Is somebody Alex passed away? Tell me somebody saying Alex. Who's Alex?
Yeah, I'm not sure, but I'm tempted to think that he's the guy who had been shot this morning.
Okay,
So,
well, solidarity and love with him and his family, man. Well, sending love to his family and friends, man. And may he rest in eternal peace. The fascists took him out.
yeah. This is our only escape, actually. So for the time being,
Are ICE in New York State? Have you seen ICE? Have you seen them about?
No, I've heard of them. They've been in New York City a few weeks ago, and then eventually
Last time I saw them, they tried to go to Haitian town and they got absolutely dealt with.
Yes, we saw those videos
about,
circulating. It's just New York City is just very different in terms of. I think they will get in order to operate in New York City, they will have to collaborate with the NYPD. And the NYPD, I think, is under the jurisdiction of Mandani, the new mayor. So I don't think he's going to make things easy for them. So, yeah, maybe they'll have to rethink or come back later. But right now, they can't just operate. They can operate in New York State, in the small town, like places that I am, for example. But I haven't heard of them around here yet.
Yeah. Well, big up, bro. Big up. Just keep safe. You and your family, your friends. You know what I mean? Your loved ones everywhere. Yeah. I've got a lot of loved ones actually in Minnesota, Minneapolis.
Mm. Yeah. Oh yes, the community over there, the Somali community is pretty large over there. I've met a couple of them on the road.
Got siblings who live there, bro.
Nice. Were you able to get a hold of them? Like, what's the situation?
Bro. I told some of them to leave that place, man. I warned them about a year and a half ago. I was telling them leave that place. A couple of years ago, I told them to leave that place, man. Place is dangerous.
Hopefully things will change. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, big up to King Sheikh Arian. Appreciate you always. Here talking about Kobe. How are you feeling about the game on Sunday, man? Arsenal, you must have a lot of Arsenal fan brothers, cousins who are big Arsenal fans. Some of your friends.
Hell no. If anybody is an Arsenal fan, they're not my friend. So I don't I don't have Arsenal fan friends, no family. You remember I
Your
used to
son is a
grow up.
Chelsea fan. Your wife is a City fan. Come on now.
Yes, yes, but I don't have any Arsenal fan in the family. Sorry, not that side. But I mean, looking at the
Your
game
daughter is an
tomorrow.
Arsenal fan, no? So that will
No,
be funny.
my daughter
That
my
will be
daughter
funny.
doesn't even watch football.
That
She
will
doesn't
be
watch.
funny though.
No,
So you
I'm
live with a Chelsea fan, a City fan, and an Arsenal fan. That would be crazy.
yeah. I mean, they are the American version of Chelsea and City fans, so they're not too mean with me when we play them. They're nice. They're super nice. So
Yeah. So how you feeling about the game tomorrow? What kind of thing are you thinking, brother?
For the game tomorrow, based on the way we play against City, I'm pretty confident that we can get a result. But at the same time, I have to recognize that it's not the same. We're facing a different opponent because of the fact that Arsenal is one of the fittest team in the league. And when you look at that team as a whole, they are not like blessed with individual players that can make a difference in a game, but they are like a well-drilled team, probably the most well-drilled team in the league in terms of how they execute their system and in terms of their approach and how they play football. They are a very difficult opponent. This is a team that does not mind recycling the ball. They don't mind sitting behind the ball, which is actually their forte. And they also have enough pace. They have enough physicality to make the game difficult for us. So I think tomorrow, we have to match that physicality. We have to be ready for that press. Unlike any game we've played in the Premier League this season, that press will be intense. And if we can deal with that, I think we can get a result. I will not favor sitting back against them. I will not favor um, uh, like trying to be a little passive, even in possession. I think the only thing that can hurt them is if we are very direct, even more direct than we were against City. I want it to resort back to Amorim's nature of directness, but we have to move the ball forward really quick in order to force them to defend in their own half. I think that will work for us.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be very interesting for me. An incredibly interesting game. I think Manchester United will have to put a performance in to get a result. I don't know if we can beat them. They're not very easy to beat. But I think Manchester United will have to score first to get a result. I think if Arsenal score first, I think they're going to sit back. They're going to just try to pick us up on the counter. So, yeah, Manchester United will have to not concede a goal. We have to be defensively sound. We have to play with the same level of intensity and energy. And we also have to stop from Supermendy playing. We need to put somebody on Supermendy. And we need to basically, the Ahmad, if we pick the same team, Ahmad and Dogu have to work back and tuck in like they did against City, but help the fullback, especially on Ahmad's side, because that's where Saka attacks, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, correct. Saka, I think Saka attack on he attack on the left hand side. The issue, Luke Shaw.
Our right, their left. Our right, their left. Yeah.
Yeah. When I look at their team, when I take them section by section, their attack doesn't worry me too much because Carrick'S is finding it very, very hard to accustom to the Premier League. And Martinelli, who have been informed for them lately, is still pretty much, he can be defended against. I believe whoever is on that side, Mazarawi is back. I think we can defend Martinelli. And Saka is a system player. So on our left hand side, Luke Shaw will need somebody to help him double up against Saka because he's gonna be on the overlap. Use the system to be on the overlap. But I'm not worried about the attack on an individual level. But their midfield is where the robustness is because of the combo. They seem to have the right balance between Declan Rice, which his game has went up, um, Zubamendi, and I don't know who will be their third midfielder, or if they play in the three. But the midfield is what. Yeah, that will be Odegaard. So Zubamendi, Odegaard, and Declan Rice are really, really, they really probably the most balanced midfield you can have in the league, and their defense also is good. But I honestly think that we can get at them. We have the quality to get their defense. With Ahmad and Mbomo and Dogu or Cunha, whoever Carrick favor. But we just have to be direct. We just have to put them under pressure. We shouldn't be scared to go long because we can hurt them with pace. I know Gabriel and Saliba favor pace, but we still have to use that in order to force them to defend, to run back to their goal most of the time. So
yeah, I think you're muted, bro.
Big up to Sheikh Harian for all of the quotes. Masraoui is back tomorrow, so big up. Big up Masraoui is back tomorrow. Big up Bumbaye. How you doing, Bumbaye? How you feeling, Habibi?
Yeah, I'm good, Habibi. I'm good, man. Good evening to you, bro. Good evening, Luwani.
hey,
Good evening, Therapy. Ami. How are you all?
Yeah, huge game tomorrow, Bumbaye. Huge game tomorrow.
Can't wait, man. Can't wait. Been looking forward to this game more than ever after the performance against City, but totally different test, this one. City, you know what I mean? Yeah, we nullified them. They played perfectly into our hands, but that defense was decimated. This team, it's a different ball game. I just wish Carrick well. I wish I was a coach that knew, a bit more about. It's going to be hard, bro, this one. You got Saliba.
Masraoui's back, though. Is that a massive boost? Would you start Masraoui tomorrow as a right back against Saka? Because Diego Dalot, we know, Luke Shaw. Would you start Masraoui? I would start Masraoui on that side tomorrow, other than Luke Shaw. Because Masraoui's got athleticism. And Luke Shaw, like somebody wrote here, gets taken to the cleaners by Saka.
Luke Shaw is still an experienced player. If I'm starting somebody, that would be Mazraoui on the right hand side for Diego Dalot because he's been a bozo lately. But even that, I wouldn't risk it because Mazraoui just came back, and the game tomorrow is going to be an intense one. I'm always worried about teams that are set up to execute their system, and they have 90 minutes in them. So we're going to have to play for 90 minutes without dropping down at all. This is not going to be a situation like we saw against City where we're doing rondo and jerkies in the middle, and they didn't know what to do. They're going to press those rondos out of us. So we need to just move the ball vertically and move it really fast if you want to hurt them.
Are Arsenal going to come out fast against us? I don't know if they are. Arsenal saw what can happen to them if they do that against us. That's what we love. We have been, even under Ten Hag, even under Amorim, and most recently at City, yeah, we play well, but styles make fights, as you so eloquently put it. I agree with that. If a team wants to press us high and push a high line, we can definitely hurt them. They need to win tomorrow. City won today against Wolves. Big game for them. Keep the pace, keep the gap. Big game. Are they going to come out and go for us? I hope they do. But I think it could be a bit of a cagey one. They watched that game against City. They know our qualities. So one thing for me is, man, it's one thing playing against Man City in terms of getting a lot of success against City. That defense was decimated, but we played well. They want to push high. We dispossessed them. We were really good. As a unit, we have to be like that again. Well, you're talking about Declan Rice now. You're talking about two of the best central defenders in the league who don't mind one-on-one. They're all right with that. And they are very, very aggressive. They're going to come right up on whoever's playing. Now, I think you might see Mbeumo again, not Sesko. Because we tried this Hoyland tactic against them. They're too aggressive. He didn't win anything. I think Sesko is not going to win many first balls, especially against Gabriel or Saliba. So that effectively renders him useless, and he's not mobile. They can afford to push a high line without much worry. Now you put Mbeumo there, you give him a free roll, which is effectively what we did against City. He can drag them wide. They have to go with him if they want to push their fullbacks forward. So I think you might see Mbeumo again. Similar thing. But you have to get past Declan Rice, bro. You have to get past Saliba. You have to get past Gabriel. Then you've got two monsters. I don't know if Calafiore's fit. He might not be, but thingy, that kid is very, very good. I like him a lot. Lewis Miles Skelly, very impressed. Plays very good, bro. He's like a grown man already. His confidence. And then, bro, Jurriën Timber is a machine. Then you've got to beat David Raya. So this is a different game tomorrow. I'm looking at how we mid-block it, get that ball. I'm thinking same game again like we did against City, bro. But this one will be a cage affair, and you're not going to get that many chances.
You know, the thing that with Arteta.
People get involved in the poll. 1 second, Luane. Please, people, get involved in the poll. Do you agree I'm being biased? Or who should start on the left tomorrow? Is it Mazraoui or should it be Luke Shaw? Big up. And people, can we get to 100 likes ASAP? The channel is shadow banned because we consciously say we're going to keep our humanity and shout for the people that are around the world that are being oppressed. So the least you can do is support that. Help us fight against fascist Google and YouTube. Peace, love, and light. Go ahead, Luane.
Yes, I think Arsenal being a well-drilled team, Arteta doesn't have to change much going into the game tomorrow. But we will owe our salvation to if he overcomplicate everything, because he tends to do that sometimes, overthink everything. And if he does that, we have a chance. The thing, their press and their fitness allow them to target our first phase players. That's what I'm worried about. If they target Casemiro and they target Kobe, it's going to be difficult for us to progress the ball. So, but that could also work in our favors because our wingers can make a difference. I just hope Mason Mount is not featured tomorrow on the left, and he goes with the same approach of Dogu and Ahmad on both sides. That will give us the option to be able to go long if Arsenal target our midfield, and that could work in our favor. But if they're expecting to meet the same team that they met at Old Trafford, they will be mistaken at that point, because we can go both ways. We can progress the ball because we have a solid two DM in Casemiro and Kobe. Now that can, in terms of progressing the ball, and we can still go long if we want to. So we are a little bit more versatile that they face earlier in the season.
I think he's right, bro. I think he's right. He's got a good point because it's going to be hard for them as well. You've got guys like Martinez that can put a ball on a sixpence. Do you know what I mean? We've got willing runners going through them. So they have to be careful. And like he says, Kobe Mainu was an absolute breath of fresh air. If you actually think when he came out, his rise was meteoric. He was starting for England, man, at the World Cup. It's nothing short of fantastic. He had a great season. But what they started to do, they realized, okay, this is where the guy that's starting to play, shut him down. And they did. They doubled up on him. They shut him out the game. We started to struggle. And he was very nice at City. He gave us rhythm, bro. You know, good pass and move, competent on the ball, lovely. So if they shut him down, Bruno's not back there anymore. He's playing a bit further up. So
pick up Jamie Wayne. We're gonna do the 1 second, bye. Jamie, we're gonna pick the team in a minute, bro. We're gonna pick the team. We're gonna pick the team in a minute, so we can.
That will be a thing, bro. That will be a thing. But I'm down with my boy Time Space Continuum. I think I stick with Luke. He's having a good season. He knows what he has to do, and Luan is right. Maz has just come back, bro. Do you know what I mean? Maybe if you want to put Maz in, I'm thinking instead of Dallo. But I leave Luke myself.
Yeah, big up. We're joined tonight by Ben, or should we call him Ben Fartodon the Door? People, the URT judge Jarvis found you guilty, but you know what? Big up to you, Ben. How are you, Ben?
First things first. Objection.
You've been found
Not
guilty.
guilty.
man.
No,
There's
no, no,
appeals.
no, because I have some evidence of myself.
Check that Faith 5405. Ben
For a certain Helgi. So I have some evidence that I should have.
Do you know what it was? It was a Belgie special. That. What it was.
I know, but big up, man. Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Bombay and Lawani and Nerd, and hope you are all well, man, and blessed, bro. Big up to the chat, man. Special likes people. Free Palestine every day, and fuck Trump for going after Greenland. You dickhead, bro. Honestly, go fuck off, mate. Back to your fucking, just rightful place, mate. Because them people in Greenland, they don't deserve any of that shit that you're attacking. It's just a disgrace what he's doing to the whole world, man. It's a fucking disgrace. From Palestine to Sudan to the people of Africa, he's just trying to gaslight every single one of us around the world, man. So fuck that guy, man. Honestly, fuck him. He's a monster.
I caveat what you're saying with? You might want to extend that big F to all the leaders of Europe.
100%, yes. 100%.
Quiet while the Venezuelans of this world are getting popped, but only now because their neck is on the chopping block.
Exactly.
The heat now they want to speak.
Exactly. And like I said, like we've got a person who's just running this country down to the ground. Like he wouldn't even comment anything on Donald Trump or anything. And like I said, it's been hidden for us for so many years. There's two countries that rule this whole world. It's not Russia. It's not China. It's not Japan or any of these big countries. It's Israel and it's the United States of America. They rule the whole world, and we've just been gaslighted, and we've just been, thinking that the United States, the United Kingdom, Russia, all these countries rule it. It's not. It's just two of them. They rule the whole world. We've seen what obviously what Putin said about Israel and stuff, like about Netanyahu and all that, bro. But like, even his tone as well when he speaks about Netanyahu, it's a fucking, you can just tell he needs his, like, he can't really speak much about Israel because they know who Israel are, the world, like, it's they're basically the US, but like in disguise, like, it's a fucking disgrace what they're doing around the world, man. But yeah, I'm happy to be here, man. Big up. Obviously, apart from that, man. Excited for the game tomorrow, man. I'm excited. Considering Liverpool just lost towards the end of the game against Bournemouth.
Correct.
Hold that, Scousers. Hold fucking that. About the game, I mean,
they got beat. They got beat 3-2.
No, yeah,
no,
the only thing that I liked from Carrick was Dorgu and Ahmad were playing sort of like Ryan Giggs back in the day and David Beckham. What I mean by that is off the ball, they drift into the midfield and actually give the midfield so much support. And that's how I see football. The midfield, the wingers need to play like a midfielder too. Like, they have to drift in. This is why Fergie was so successful back in the day. Yes, it gives Bruno a lot of freedom, which I don't like at all, because Bruno should be doing his fucking job too. But look here, if it's compact football, one-touch football, forward passes, I'm all for, man. But do I think it's going to be sustainable? No. I still don't rate the squad. I think people need to get their act together if thinking that we can get top 4 this season. Honestly, it's laughable. It's actually it's comedian. Honestly, man. Certain man are wearing glasses. Certain man are wearing shades after one fucking result. You should just hold yourselves up to shame, man, because you just you're just getting gaslighted once again, man. And like I said, there should be a protest. There should have been a protest at that derby. There should never be a protest at this fucking Fulham game. Like, who are Fulham compared to City? It's just embarrassing, man. But look, I'm looking forward to the game. It'll be a massive game for both sides, realistically. If you were to ask me right now who would I rather win the league, obviously Arsenal. But I hate Arsenal fans. Like, that's the issue. I think Arsenal fan base is near enough delusional to us. Like, we're probably the most delusional fan base in the league, because well, we've kept vultures for 20 years, man, and this is that says it. That says enough about this fan base, like, and it's just so divided as well, like. So, look, I'm not looking forward for Diego Dalot tomorrow, Nurden. I know he was absolutely fucking abysmal last game, even though he did better than what he was doing under Ruben Amorim, but. Yeah, look, I'm looking forward to the game, man. Bring on the Gunners, man. It'll be a very difficult game, though, Nerd. And I think what we need to do is we just need to silence the crowd. We need to stay compact, stay in the game, play a mid block, and just keep them like pinned back. Like, we just need to keep hold the ball. I don't want to see any of this hoof this, hoof that. Keep the ball, keep the possession, silence the crowd, and yeah, that's all we need to do tomorrow, man. I'll take a draw any day of the week, man. It's a very difficult game. We've not won there in years, absolute years. Yes, we beat them in the FA Cup, but I just don't take that as a result, man. The league is where it's at, man. But yeah, look, I think we need to. I believe in Carrick, like, in terms of like getting like through the rest of the season. But I'm sorry, people. Like, I have to stress this so many times. If we get top 4, if we get top 5. The Glazers and these vultures have won. It's not us have won. Yes, it's beautiful that we get Champions League football. We attract the good players around the world, But the reality is they went up because they say, "Oh, look what we did. We just brought in Michael Carrick and he just took us to Champions League. So you hold that fan base." But no, I'm not. I'm just not. And I hope this protest after Fulham is not the final one this season. There should be one every fucking home game. But yeah, big up everyone. Big up. How's everyone doing anyways? Is everyone keeping well?
Yep, everyone's good. I'm good. Thanks.
You're on mute, Nurden. You're on mute, Nurden.
People, get involved in the poll, please. Get involved in the poll. By the way, I mute all the time, people, because I don't want to. I've got ADHD and I don't want to disturb people mid flow.
Okay, man. No good. Okay.
Big up to you. So I asked about who should start on the left-hand side tomorrow, and the poll so far: 45 Shaw, 55 Masraoui. People, we need 100 likes ASAP. We're not even 50 likes yet. You should be ashamed of that. Tactically, I'm going to try to summarize how I see it a little bit. So we know what Arsenal do. Arsenal tomorrow in the big games, when I've watched them this season at the Emirates, they're gonna try to suffocate. They're going to try to dominate possession. They're going to try to get us in our own half, try to get us into a kind of a mid to low block. They're going to try to build up in a minimal risk defense. That's what they always do. They play 4-3-3, territorial control, aggressive counter-pressing, and high defensive lines. That's what they usually do. They try to squeeze the game. Obviously, the midfield is Rice and Supermendy. Supermendy is the biggest guy. They will drive vertical passes. They'll try to control the central areas. Odegaard comes in. He gets on the ball. He can build up, as even though he's a number 10, he'll drop back between the two centre-halves and build up the play from there. Obviously, they've got Timber and California, and then they've got the other young kid that Bombay talked about before. So that's what they're going to try to do. They've got, obviously, Saka, and they'll play Trossard on the other side. And then if those guys don't work, they've got Mediwaki. Their bench, this is the strongest bench that I've seen in the last maybe a decade and a half. For Arsenal on the bench, they've got Gabrielli, they've got Esse, they've got Mediwaki. So they've got things they can change the front three. Or the number 10 and the two wingers. That's how they play. They're going to be defensively strong. The biggest thing is that they will look to get a goal, wherever it is, a set piece, whether it's a free kick. We can't give away free kicks anywhere near the wingers are on the edge. We don't want to give away any throw-ins. We don't want to give away any corners because they are a threat in the air. They organize it weirdly. They're like Stoke, basically. They turn into Stoke City when it comes to set pieces. But they're going to attack vertically. And they're going to try to double up. So tomorrow is going to be a very interesting game to see how much, if he picks the same team with Dogu and Ahmad, how much work they do. Well, tucking in the midfield when they need to, going back and doubling up and helping whoever's the right back and the full back. So that's going to be very interesting. But United, obviously, the biggest thing, what we did, and I said before we played City, I made a preview with Saeed, and I said Manchester United need to play compact football tomorrow. we're not individually, we don't have the good players as Arsenal. So we need to make the collective team effort work. Compact. I can't repeat this to you enough. Compact, 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 compact. Tomorrow, Manchester United, like Ben said, mid-block. That's what we should be going for. But one other than that, we have to be super aggressive, and I mean extremely physical and aggressive once the ball is there to be won. I personally believe we need to stop, whether it's Bruno or Mbeumo, somebody needs to get on Super Mendy so he can't play those vertical balls. And somebody needs to get next to, and I think Kobe can do it, to Declan Rice. Declan Rice likes to be an amazing ball carrier. We need to disturb that. We need to go to the ball. We need to stop that at the source. Because if we don't, they can hurt us. They can get corners, free kicks, and that's where they score their goals. They scored more goals from set pieces than any other this season, mainly. And they don't win games, by the way, if they don't score set pieces. They've only won 2 games where they didn't score set pieces. But yeah, we're going to be counter-attacking relentlessly once we win the ball back. That, like Bumbaye said, the balls from Martinez are going to be very... If Arsenal play a high line, Bruno is going to be on the turn anytime we find Bruno. The passing tomorrow to connect the midfield, the number 10, and the 2 wide guys has to be a chef's kiss of passing tomorrow. Manchester United tomorrow, to get anything out of this game, they have to be superb in possession when we attack Arsenal. We have to be superb in possession because the wide areas, Amad and Mbeumo will come into it. Dogu would come into it. So Casemiro, Manu, they have to provide that positional awareness while the counter-pressing intensity as well. And it also, we have to get back in shape so that Mbeumo and Amad, if they're playing, they have to come back. Bruno has to drop in. Mbeumo has to get him dropped in, make it difficult. Arsenal struggle against compact teams that are all in no spaces between them. They struggle to score against that. They struggle to open up. We don't always have to be a low block. We can be a mid block. But they struggle to score good goals in open play. But as soon as we win the ball back, we need to go direct. And we need to test those guys, those 2 centre-halves, who are by far being some of the best in world football at the moment. Gabrielli and what's the other guy called? I forgot the other kid.
Saliba.
So those 2 that is what their game's going to be. And tomorrow is going to be very, very interesting. Is it Timber or California that play? Dogu, they'll have to track back. You know, it's going to be Rice and what's his name? Super Mendy in the midfield with Odegaard. So they're going to try to make loads of transitional angles. But when we got the ball, it's what we do with it. Off the ball, we have to play as a team, no spaces. When we have the ball, we have to go directly to goal. That's what we have to do. But yeah, set pieces, that's what their big thing is, Arsenal. That's what they beat us with this year. That's what they started, just the goals that they scored last season against us in the league at the Emirates. So that's what we're going to have to do tomorrow, people. And we have to get past the first 20 minutes because the crowd will be up. They're going to be singing in that stadium. It's a Super Sunday. It's going to be the Emirates ram-jammed under the lights. Hopefully we wear the black kit because every time we used to wear the black kit, we always used to get something. I've got so many memories of Manchester United going there with a black kit and getting goals. I'll never forget Ronaldo's brace at Highbury when the fans were throwing bottles and paper and toilet paper, all that on him. He scored 2 fantastic goals. You know, so we can do it. And I'll never forget the chip that Jonah Shea scored in that game. At the end, we will run out 4-2. So it's a big game tomorrow, people. But Manchester United must keep it 0-0, and especially the first 20 minutes. And if we score, then we've got to hit them on the counter. We have to score first to make this a good game because Arsenal play very disciplined. If they score tomorrow in the first 20 minutes, they're going to sit back and just counter us. They're going to play like an away team. That's the difference between this Arsenal team and other Arsenal teams that Arteta has put together. This team are stingy. Once they get 1 goal, they're going to try to win 1-0. That's my 2 pence. Go ahead, Luani.
I don't think they mind grinding our result. The thing is, when I'm looking at the game for tomorrow, I think it's going to be a chess game between the managers because Arsenal, their weakness is due to their lack of creativity in the final
Big
third.
up Casper the Raid. Big
That's
up Casper the Raid. They
So
got Casper
because
the Raid. Sorry.
yeah, because they don't have creativity in the final third. That's why they brought Eze. Now Eze is on the bench. So I don't know if Arteta is reverting to type. But when I look at the game tomorrow, because we are playing at their home, he plays in our advantage in the sense of they're gonna have to move their team up the pitch. And then when they do move their team up the pitch and we are in our build-up phase, the question is who are they going to use to press either Kobe Mino or Casemiro? Who are they going to commit to the press? And that is where we can start getting our change. If they use Declan Rice, Declan Rice is their either eight or deep line playmaker. If they use Declan Rice to press Casemiro or Kobe Mino, Bruno can occupy that space, and we can we can get something from there with Bruno behind that second line or that second line of press. If they don't use Declan Rice and they decide to, even if Declan Rice go up the pitch, they have the versatility to invert either of their fullback, which is either Louis Miles Kelly or Timber. They can invert them. Those two are very comfortable playing in the midfield in front of the defense. But then if they do invert those two, we will also have space on the wings for Ahmad and Dogu. And that's why I think we can win the game. So it's going to be a game of who set the best trap. Because if Michael Carrick can coerce them into pressing our two DMs, at that point, we can have Bruno behind the press, or we can have Ahmad and Dogu behind their wing back if they are behind their fullback if their fullback inverts. And that's why I'm advocating for going direct tomorrow. We can hurt them in those spaces.
I don't think we one thing we cannot do is go direct. We need to go direct into space. We can't go direct against Saliba and Gabriel because they'll just eat up everything. That's why I'm like, I would not start Tesco tomorrow. I'll bring him on in the game depending on what's happening in the game. But I will start the same team that we played with. But I'm going to try to get the thing up so we can pick the team, people. Big up to everybody. Go ahead, Ben. Or Bombay, one of you.
Yeah, go ahead, Bombay. You go next. I'll come in after.
What's you asking me what happens
I'm
tomorrow?
just asking you, like, it's how important it is to keep it 0-0 and to be defensively first. Manchester United away game under the cosh. Their fans are going to be roaring them on. We cannot let them score. The more they get nervous, I've watched many a game of Arsenal this season. The more they get nervous, the more they get discouraged, the more the moans and groans, the more the energy changes in that stadium. So
you know why?
The longer we keep it 0-0, the better, Bombay.
Yeah, no doubt. You got to remember one thing about Arsenal. Arsenal, they can be discouraged. They can, get a little bit unnerved because they've never won this. And this is a great chance. When you've won a league once, it changes everything. It changes everything. You believe, I've done it, 38 games. We know what each stage of getting there is. They come close, but City's experienced, man, and they go on these runs. So Arsenal, what has impressed me most about Arsenal, I'm one of these guys that loves to watch Arsenal back in the day. And I even like to watch Arsenal now, but it's a totally different type of team this season. I said it from the start of the year when people were saying, they're not playing too good. To me, it doesn't really matter about playing too good. What matters is you're on business. You want to win the league. Nobody's going to remember you making me happy because you're playing sexy. You need the league. Arsenal are on business. They're drawing games they shouldn't, but they're not losing games. Yes. That's Arsenal. They're not losing games. And this war of attrition, they are sustaining. One thing that is good for them and us, we've both got more or less full teams. They're getting everybody back at the perfect time right now. Champions League's getting hot. They're still in the cups. They're at the top of the league. Whereas City, 11 players out. Defense gone. But Arsenal, bro, are on business. What you do now when you watch Arsenal, they're starting to panic a bit less and stay calm. Keep probing. Keep the ball on the periphery ticking. And then you've got your Odegaards that can play in those tight pockets, your Martinellis, your Trossards, your wing backs. It's tricky. It's tricky. They force the issue and they get their goal. But Arsenal, bro, tomorrow, how we're going to play, I think we have to play. I'd play the same way as we played against Man City. You're not going to get as much joy. I don't think they're going to commit and play into our hands that way if we play Mbuemo. If you play Sesko, they can go a bit higher because Sesko's not going to be outrunning nobody.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Whereas Mbuemo has got basically right. You've got a free license. I want you to drag them, force them out wide when the fullbacks go, make those runs in behind, give them something to think about, so that the team collectively can't push further up the pitch because the defense has to stay a little bit deeper, gain a few yards that way. So other than that, Nuruddin, it's going to be about that desire, bro. You know, Man City turned up to play us and they were not interested in competing. We outfought them. We were up for it. Every second ball was ours. You know, we got the bit between the teeth. We were flowing. We were playing. So can't let Arsenal flow. Got to disrupt that a little bit. They'll play on our periphery. We'll go deep, but we don't want to get too deep and not be able to get out. You're just going to kill yourself, especially in the first half. You start doing that, you're going to be dead by the second half. You need to compete. You need to stay at least in the mid of the pitch, have our players at least a mid block, stay in the game that way, and we will get our chances, though. You know what I mean? We will get our chances, and if we can take them and score, it will change the game. But if Arsenal score first, Arsenal don't mind playing it safe. No worries, you know, they'll play it safe, be conservative, just grind it out, get your 3 points, go home, move on to the next one. They're on business. Mentally, they're very good this year. They look a lot better equipped than previous ones where they've fallen apart. And that goes for me because they are drawing games. They should win, but they're not losing them now.
Yeah,
So,
yo, mods, get on it. People are not liking the video. Come on, let's go. Let me just take this off so I can show you properly. So let's pick the team, people. Let's pick the team. Let's pick the team. So Sonny Lamens, yeah, number one. Who are we picking here on the right-hand side? Diego Dalot.
This is where I think you can talk about Mazza here against Trossard and Martinelli. Now, is Mazza as athletic as Diogo?
Yeah, he's a better player than him, obviously.
I'm not saying that, but is he? You know, Martinelli. What's Martinelli?
Just a
direct guy.
Is Maguire playing? Yeah.
He has to.
Yeah.
As much as
Martinez.
Yeah.
So it's the same team basically. We're picking the same team, yeah, winning team, yeah.
Yeah, except for Dalot.
Yeah, Maguire has to play because of the set pieces.
Okay.
So
Luke Shaw's playing, yeah.
Yeah, McDonald's.
You guys want Shaw, yeah.
Yep.
Even though I think that's gonna be calamitous.
Do you not think Nuruddin with the doubling up though?
Yeah, maybe, but that person has to work really hard. He's just a very lazy these days. He doesn't like chasing back Kobe. He just always gives away fouls.
Saka is now beating Shaw 1v1 if he doesn't get any help for the overlap. So
he does it every time. He tears him apart when we go away.
The only thing is if Madueke plays, then it's a different story.
Saka's left-footed. Luke Shaw's left-footed. Probably better off with a right footer against the left footer, but I don't think I want to play Maz there, man, and I don't want to play Dalot there. I think at this point, Luke is the right option.
He's the safest.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, if I had a choice to pick,
Northern, you're setting the team up wrong. Just put everybody in the 18-yard box in a half, bro. No, has anybody got like heart rate? I'm so excited for this game after the last one. I've not felt like this, I swear, for years. I've been all week, you know what I mean? John Travolta at work with a strut in my step, like, yo, Did you watch our boys? What happened this weekend? Honestly,
I-
what a difference a game has made. One game.
Yes, yes.
But then yet again, though, I still think there's a trap going on. I remember the first game when we played, obviously City and that. Obviously everyone was so impressed of how well we played. Probably arguably one of the best performances we've seen in so long. But that game that we played, it was similar to like when Ollie played that first game at Cardiff, and I was like, we were just completely dominating. Yes, it's Cardiff, and they were absolutely abysmal, and they got relegated that season. But whenever Ollie's 10-game winning streak ended, and he got the permanent rule after the amazing night at Paris, once he got permanent rule, his tactics changed, his system changed. I think if what Carrick's doing right now is absolutely superb right now. Obviously, after the City game, if he can carry on, that's great. Like, you know, but I think if Carrick even gets an ounce of getting that permanent role, do not be surprised, people, that Carrick will change the system. Do not be surprised, because
I remember that.
these things
Well,
happen before.
I want to big up Jav. I hope you're having a good night. Raising a glass to you, bro.
Big up. But when we're talking about Ole got third in his second season, and then he got second in his his third full season. It's only in the fourth season that he have issue because of the introduction, I believe, of Ronaldo. When I went back and watched one of our game, Ronaldo was up front there with Greenwood, and when you look on the bench, you have Martial, Sancho, and Rashford. I think Ronaldo really messed us up.
A lot of people say that.
I miss Cavani.
This is how I see it, people. Maybe Jarvis can get his tactical board out, but that's how I see it.
Yeah,
That's
I have to enlarge that and everything. It killed my eyes, man. So
Jarvis here? Oh, so Jarvis was here.
he's weighing it up.
Yeah,
he's
he's
had
in
a,
the
he's
chat,
had a
he's in the
few
chat.
drinks. He's weighing it up.
Oh, okay, no worries. Bring it
Get on here,
Jarvis.
man. Get on here.
Jarvis,
It's
come on,
Saturday. It's
Forget the
Saturday.
drinks, Jarvis. Come on.
Get
Come on,
on
pal.
here, man.
Come on, Jarvis.
If you
Luke,
want me to
I don't trust Dallo tomorrow, because if they use Martinelli to target him,
Martinelli will start starting to sub. Martinelli is usually a sub. It's going to be, what's his name? The guy who scores goals
Trossard.
for them.
Trossard.
Yeah, he's the goal scorer for them. He's been the match winner for them. People, we're not even on 100 video. Mods, get on it.
Buemo, Casemiro, Kobe Minu, Patrick Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes.
I think we go. Look, tomorrow's game, because of the fact that Liverpool won today. Liverpool lost their game today. I think you have a little bit more incentive. We have a little bit more incentive.
That's
the
not
top four is
Jarvis.
wide open.
That's not Jarvis. That's somebody else using Jarvis saying tactical.
Not sure you want a tipsy Jarvis on screen, man. That's Jarvis.
That's not Jarvis. It's not.
It's Tactical Devils, man.
It's not. The Tactical Devils. It's not called Tactical Devils TV. It's called Tactical Devils.
Why is he a mod though? He says he's mod. Says
Is
he's
he?
mod.
Oh, maybe
Yeah.
it is him. Maybe it is that.
Yeah. I think like
Oh,
I
yeah,
said,
it is
I think
Jarvis,
the
sorry, it is
two
Jarvis, yeah.
I think the two most important the two most important players for this game tomorrow. Sorry, three most important players for this game tomorrow is Patrick Dorgu, Amad Diallo, and either Bruno Fernandes or Mbeumo. I think, well, obviously it'd be Bruno Fernandes because he's more of a 10 than Brian Mbeumo. If them three players can do their job right off the ball, I think we'll cause Arsenal, like, we'll make them very hesitant, and they'll like freak out and say, "Look here, we can't get past the second line of defense. We can't get past this, that." If them three players just do their job off the ball, come through to the midfield, when they play through the width towards Martinelli, towards Saka, the wingers need to go. We need to double up on the wingers. We need to double up on the fullbacks. Just exactly what we did, and.
But one thing we need to do, Ben, is stop playing. We need to stop the ball at the source.
Yeah, 100%. Yes.
Mendy.
Yeah. 100%. And when we have the ball as well, there was one thing I really did like with the City game is when Ahmad had the ball on the wing in the City game, he knew there was no options. So Ahmad just passed back, and then this is when we seen like the one-touch football, and it was pissing City off so much. Yes, it might be boring to some degree because we're just passing just for the sake of it. But it's slowing the game down. It's resetting. It's starting the whole phase again. That's what I really we need to do that tomorrow as well, man. We need to just the most important thing tomorrow is silencing that crowd for the first 30 minutes by just keeping the ball. If we just hoof it, we're going to be in trouble. We're going to be in big trouble. Yes, we can do our job off the ball, 100%. But if we just allow Arsenal to have the ball, you're basically inviting the whole crowd. You're inviting the whole Arsenal team and the subs and Arteta to go for it. And that's not what we want to see, man. We need to play smart tomorrow, not be fucking 100 million miles an hour like what Bruno sometimes does. We just need to keep control of the ball, win some fouls. I'm glad hopefully Dorgu starts tomorrow because Dorgu is very good at the winning fouls. We just need to be on top of our game tomorrow, man. And like I said, the 3 players that need to just I'm going to be focusing on tomorrow is Dorgu, Bruno Fernandes, and Amadiello off the ball. What are you doing? Are you helping Mainu and Casemiro? If you are, then brilliant, absolutely brilliant.
Question for the panel, right? Since Nuruddin, you're talking about stopping their build-up at the source with pressing Zubermendi, are you in favor of pressing them high or are you in favor of mid-block?
Mid-block. We need to press them. We need to use our intelligence, Luwani. So when we should press up the high press, we need to do it tactically and set the traps in the right area. But Zubermendi to get on the ball, he's the playmaker. When the ball comes to mid-block, when he goes past the halfway line, we need to challenge him. We need to go pressing. We can't stay back because we'll pick out the passes. We need to go at him. So if he's got the ball in their own half, we have to get into shape, make sure no passing lanes are cut out. But when he enters our own half, we need to engage him. That's what we need to do. Same thing with Rice. We need to engage because they play these vertical balls. And we need to stop that.
You know, the thing with that team Arsenal is that they are not first in the league by virtue of having some of the best players. They're there because of their intensity. From minute 1 to minute 90, they are the only team in the league that play with literally the same intensity. So if we are to beat them tomorrow, I don't think matching their intensity will be enough. We have to use our quality on the ball, like Ben say. We cannot hoof it and just give it back to them because that crowd need to be silenced. So if we can keep the ball a bit more or use our quality players, I think we can beat them. In order for that to happen, our quality players need to show up. But what I'm worried about is their press and who they target with that press. If they use Odegaard to press Kobe Mino, I don't have any doubt that Kobe Mino can shake off Odegaard. But if they decide to use Declan Rice up the pitch to press Kobe Mino or Casemiro, that's when it becomes a chess game. Because I don't think neither of Kobe Mino or Casemiro can shake off Declan Rice. He's a monster. But now it becomes the question of if Declan Rice go forward, who's going to use the space behind him? And if we do, and they start inverting their fullback, who's going to use the space behind their fullback? So it's going to be, a lot of chess going on. Carrick need to see that the instructions.
But one thing we cannot do is concede the first goal. This game, first goal is vital. And it's so vital that Manchester United get it. If we're going to get anything out of this game, I guarantee you, I don't know when's the last time you guys watch Arsenal, but once they go 1-0 up, they go low block. I'm telling you, they go mid to low block. They're going to give you any gaps. They sit there and then they hit you on the hard counter with Saka, with Trossard. Martinelli comes on, Eze comes on, and they go 4 mid through the middle, direct. That's a question for you all. I already explained it. Where were you, time and space continuum? And I already said that we've got to stop them playing Mendieta. Mendieta is the main playmaker tomorrow. And what's his name? Odegaard. Those are the two playmakers. Odegaard likes to do his work towards when we're doing low block. We can't give them a lot of space and go in our box. Yes, there are times in the game where we're all in our box, but we have to get out. We have to get out and face them up and physically make it into a game like we did against City. We cannot. The big thing is that they are they don't create one. They don't know how to create to low, if you block. In terms of players who play, Jesus is a better and more trickier striker than it is
100%.
Carrick'S. So he's going to try to play on the half turn. He's going to try to play in the pockets. He's going to try to link with Saka. He doesn't go in the box directly. He likes to come short and play the 1-2s and then make the run of the shoulder of the defenders. And that's where we're going to have to make the movement. So tomorrow, if it's Martinez, if it's Maguire, if it's any of the fullbacks, we have to follow him and smash him. We have to go and smash him. That's what we're going to have to do. It's Supermendy and Odegaard are the two playmakers. I'm not worrying so much about Odegaard because if we're set in a low block, then we have to just close the gaps and then he's just got to quite recycle it. But Manchester United tomorrow have to recycle the ball, have to do things, and we have to score the first goal. We have to get the first goal tomorrow. I think to get anything out of this game, Manchester United have to get the first goal tomorrow.
Last week, we faced Pep, who played Rodri in a single pivot. And you see, in that midfield three of City, you have Rodri, who's still coming back, trying to get used back to the pace of the Premier League because of his long absence. You have a Bernardo Silva, who's an old man, and then you have Jerky, who's still, he's not the most physical out there. But we're going to be facing an Arsenal team with the intensity that their midfield play with. Declan Rice, Supermendy, and Odegaard. They are press monsters. And that is the issue that we're going to have. That ball, the way we're moving the ball around easily last week, we're not going to have that opportunity, especially because we're playing at their place, at the Emirates.
Let me just stop you there. Luani, let me just stop you there. If we score first, we will have the room because they have to open up and play. They have to open up and play. So that's why it's vital. We will get the space to play and to bop them if we score first. The longer it's 1-0 to Manchester United, the longer you'll make the changes, the longer you'll put more attacking players on the pitch, the longer we can open them up, the more we can open them up, and the more we can punish them. That's important.
No, then you see, but this Arsenal.
Listen, let me just finish. Let me finish. As long as it stays 0-0, they'll keep it tight and try to score against us. Soon as it goes 1-0 to Manchester United, the longer the games, this is their pattern when I've watched them. I've watched many of their games, by the way, because I want them to win the league. I don't want City or Liverpool I don't want Liverpool winning the league or City. I've watched many of their games, and I've heard a lot especially on X, a lot of criticism from the Arsenal fans about the way he's playing. So I've studied Arsenal. I promise you. I watched their game against Wolves. I watched the game against Liverpool. I watched the highlights. I think about 40 minutes Sky Sport highlights of the game against Nottingham Forest. Who else did they play? I didn't watch the Cup game. I didn't watch the Champions League game. I watched the Premier League games. They struggle when you're organized, when you're set in a way that's structured. They don't score against you. The later the game goes, the more they try to push to get the goal, the more you go. That's why it's so vital. If it's 0-0 at halftime, I'm happy. First 20 minutes, they'll come out. They'll come with intensity. They'll try to use the crowd. But if they don't score and we score, I promise you, they're going to be like a normal team. They're going to change from this hard to beat Arsenal into a normal team where you have to, if you've got players that are taking care of the ball, you're able to unlock the fucking doors. Go ahead, Luani.
Yes, you're talking about if we score first, it's safer for us. When I look at this team of Arsenal, the thing that makes the difference between them and the previous regime that they have is they've gained a lot of resilience over the years. So I don't think if we score first, it will make any difference. They will play with the same intensity. They trust their execution, and they will just stay true to their process all the way to minute 90. What we need to do is, because we play at their home, we cannot let them have the ball. That's the only time I think we can get on their skin. They can get frustrated. If you can put together a few passing sequence and go vertical in between it. If we're clinical, that's fine. If we're not clinical, also, as long as we frustrate them getting on the ball, I think we can have a result. But if we think we can score first and then just retract or let them have the initiative, they are like a meat grinder. They don't care. They will just play the same way, and they will just pressure us all the way to minute 90. And knowing our team, I don't think we are to the point where we can withstand assault for 90 minutes. I don't think we are there yet.
The only thing I disagree with is that we need to score first, and it won't make a huge change to the game. I personally believe you are so wrong. It's unbelievable. If Manchester United score first tomorrow, Arsenal, the longer we stay 1-0, the more they have to open up. And the big thing is this. Let me finish. If they score first, they are so hard to score against. They've only conceded 14 goals this season. You want me to tell you the table? Let me show you the table. They've only conceded 14 goals this season. That's the only thing they conceded for. That is unbelievable. I think 5 goals at home. I think, or maybe 6 goals at home. What they conceded. Let me just show you, right? Show you the table. 14 goals they've conceded. 14 goals.
14 goals.
Yeah, that's all they've conceded.
But they've never came.
Let me finish, Wani. Let me finish, Luwani. This is how much this is. Let me just go back, right? This is what they've done, right? This is what they've done. So they've conceded 14 goals. They've only lost 2. They've drawn 5. Nobody else in the league comes close to them in how many goals we conceded. Nobody. Look at that. Second place, Man City, 21, 25, 32, 32, 24. That is incredible showing. Fundamentally, I completely disagree with you. If they score first, they're happy to fucking win 1-0. Do you think they're going to try to go for the second goal and open themselves up? They play like, you know what they play like? I swear, I'm not going to lie to you. Tony Pulis side, they play like Antonio Conte, Chelsea. Remember Antonio Conte, Chelsea? They would just win 1-0, score in the last minute. See you later. They will keep it tight as long as they can. They don't want to concede goals. So tomorrow, for me, the game to become interesting, for Arsenal to be forced to change their tactics, they're going to Manchester United to score first. And I believe we have to score for us to get a result, and we must score first. But we'll see. All will be told. All will be revealed tomorrow. Hey, Jarvis, how are you?
Hey guys, yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Tell us about the Liverpool game. Tell us about the Liverpool. Tell us about what you saw.
Yeah, I went to the pub, watched the game with a couple of my friends, Liverpool fans, obviously, and there was a lot of banter. It's good to see Liverpool lose. I think Iraola, people underestimate Iraola, and I think a lot of the fan base have written him off because they haven't been great this season.
I haven't.
He's a top-class manager. If we are going to give anyone, it's Iraola from the Premier League. I think he's the top choice.
Jarvis, I haven't, and I've understood that how many players he lost, and I've understood that they've got 10,000, 12,000 fan stadium, and I understand their budget, and I understand that he hasn't got a big squad, and with injuries, it's hard for them to play at that level of intensity.
Yeah. They lost Sabarni, they lost Huijsen, they lost Carrick'S, they lost almost the whole back line before this season. And they're a small club, 11,000 people attend their games. So if they play 17 home games a full season, Man United have the same amount of people watching in 2.5 games. 75,000 times 2, that's 150,000. If you go 11,000 times 17, that's 180,000. So in 2.5 games, Man United have had as many people attendant to their game. So they're a small club, but yet they still perform. They're doing well. They just sold Semenyo, and it's how he actually makes his squad ticking. That's amazing. And Adam Scott, the guy we've been linked to, I'm super impressed by him. I think he's underestimated. People haven't opened their eyes yet for the abilities of the young midfielder. I think
I've been watching him for a season and a half, Jarvis.
If you can sign a player like Adam Scott, I will be happy. I won't sit there and piss and moan if he can't.
And they were missed him. He got injured, and his energy and endeavor was missed so much. His athleticism is unbelievable. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 100%. And this is what I'm saying. So if you don't know enough about Adam Scott yet, go check him out, see his compilations. He's one hell of a player. And there's more players out there than Wharton and Elliot Anderson, just to be clear. So if you can get a player like him, I will be really happy. When it comes to the Arsenal game, I've been looking at it. I've been looking at the tactical board. I've been thinking. Stu actually said to me, maybe we shouldn't play Mbumo. Maybe we should play Mason Mount as the false nine in the Arsenal game, just to overload the midfield central line and force Arsenal to play around us. And I think that's quite a good idea. I like it. I like how we can actually solve this. Nuruddin, let me bring up the tactical board, and I will try to explain as best as I can. I've been at the pub. I have had a couple of drinks, so bear with me.
What do you? What do you? Wavy. Come on, people. La 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 la. Hey, la 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 la. Hey, Jarvis feeling wavy. Jarvis feeling wavy.
I have a question to Jarvis. Jarvis, what do you usually drink? What's your go-to?
I usually drink hard seltzer and cider. Ooh. I don't go for the beer because it makes me full. I don't want to feel full when I drink. So I usually drink something light.
Ben, you should address him as Judge Jarvis, who judged.
Judge.
No. It's the man who found you.
No. Objection.
Jarvis is wavy. Jarvis feeling wavy. La la la.
I'm not.
Do you agree or disagree tomorrow with a vertical way they play through Rice and Supermendi?
I agree 100% what you said, Nordin. Your preview is perfect. Let's say they play with Rice, Supermendi, and Odegaard. I think the cue is you see the square having Mbumo, or let's say if we play Mason Mount, dropping into that midfield so we can overload that midfield. Arsenal have solved it usually with one of the fullbacks inverting into the midfield, so they will try to overload. But I don't think they can do this time because we have Ahmad on one wing and Dorgun on the other wing. So the solution for the Arsenal manager is to invert one of the centre backs.
Yeah.
Saliba
must push up. About the super chat. 1 second, Jarvis.
Yeah.
Myself said, would you start Masraoui over the lot on the right back? Yeah, we did that. Yeah, we said that, but to be fair, I'm worried about Luke Shaw as well tomorrow. He gets cooked by Saka too many fucking times. But yeah, I would definitely start. And that's the team that we picked. We did that. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah. So what I'm seeing now is Saliba will probably be the guy who will invert into the midfield, not one of the fullbacks, to make it an even fight, 4 against 4 in that square centrally. But we know our attacks will come from the wings. It will be Ahmad. It will be Dorgu. Running in, inverting, and attacking. So we want the ball to come into the midfield. We will have to try to win it and then shift it to one side or the other, and then we will move our forwards, attackers, or whatever you want to call it, into attack and try to create something. So yeah, 100% we have a chance, but we have to be on it. Boumbaye said we have to be ready. We have to go into the fight. Manchester City weren't ready for the fight. Arsenal is so much more stable when it comes to the defense. But we always talk about when you defend this is the +1. So I'm not quite sure how Arteta is going to solve this, because we will try to overload the midfield. Is he going to invert one of the wingers, or is one of the centre backs going in, or will he drop down Gyökeres? And or let's say he plays with
Jesus.
Jesus.
Yeah,
who-
Jesus has
who-
been, a lot of Arsenal fans want Jesus to start. He's got the
Yeah.
better record against us. And I think California? I can never say his name.
Calafiori, he's injured.
Okay.
Muscle
Is
injury.
he
It's
injured?
not.
Is he out?
Yeah.
Is he out for the
He's
game?
out. He's out. As far as
Okay,
I know,
so-
he's out.
So most likely it will be Skelly. Skelly
Yeah.
already played as a midfielder for the youth team.
Yep.
Lewis Skelly, if he plays, he'll play, and Ben White is out as well, if I'm not mistaken. Is Ben out? Ben White is injured as well.
No, he
Let me
played
have
last
a-
game.
have a look.
I think Ben White is available,
played.
as far as I know.
Well, then he'll play Timber on the left and Ben White on the right. That's what they'll do. They'll play, honestly, that's what they'll do. They'll play.
I think he's gonna play Luis Maiskelly on the left and then invert him.
Yeah, but
I'm
guys,
just saying. Let me just say
but-
this,
but-
Giovanni. He's not been playing. He's been coming on in the big games. He's not been starting. Timber has started in games. So let me just say about the injuries. Anybody know about the injuries? What the injuries are? The only thing that's not fit for us, everybody's fit apart from Delay. Yeah. Apart from Delay, everybody's fit. So.
But my point is, Nordin, if you see that yellow square in the middle of the park, for me, I think this is the key for the whole game. I think it will be an even game. I think Arsenal won't open up. They won't expose themselves because Arteta is not stupid. He saw the Manchester City game, and he knows if they go too high and expose the spaces in behind, we will come hard. We will try to counter. This is Carrick's game, and I think Arteta will be balanced in his way of attacking. So again, how are we going to win the midfield battle? As I said, we will try to create a box midfield with the two forwards. And if Jesus drops down, what are we going to do? Are we going to move up one of our centre backs, or how are we going to solve it? Because I think the key is get control in the midfield. If we can get control, I think we will win the game. Declan Rice, Subamendi, Martin Ødegaard, 3 fantastic players. So, but I think Subamendi is easily cut off. It will be the same job as we did against Manchester City. But I think Rice is the key player because he can actually receive the ball. He can receive the ball under pressure and just bully off, let's say, Bruno, and carry it and create unbalance in the team. So for us to stop Declan Rice will be one of the key in this game. And also the other key is to stop Saliba, because Saliba has been so much more attacking in the last couple of games for Arsenal, because when they push up and we drop down, Saliba has a hell of a lot of space, and he will exploit that space and move into that midfield as the extra midfielder when
at times he
needed.
played as a right back, Jarvis. At times against Nottingham Forest, he was playing as a right back.
And he had over 100 passes that game. If you look at the stats.
They give him the ball. They give him the ball, and he's always finding Saka.
So he's the central. He's the ball central.
Yeah, what happens, Jarvis, is that the Saka goes out wide, and then the right back inverts, right? And he likes to find us on the shoulder of the defense, into the 18-yard box. Saliba likes to get the ball and clip it around the corner. And that's what they do. So what they do when you got 2-3 back, you force 3 players to that side. So that because 3 against 3 were better, but they try to overload you. And then Saliba will find a pass to Saka. The thing about Saka is that when we used to play him, he used to always come inside, either shoot or get his cross. Now, he's learned how to go on the outside. He's very dangerous on his right foot now. He likes to go on the outside. That's an aspect of development that he's added to his game. But I don't think he's playing that well at the moment. I mean, touch wood. I might speak too soon. But lately, I don't think he's playing that well. He's putting some good crosses in, don't get it twisted. But he's not as the goal threat as he used to be the seasons before. But what they do, Jarvis, after 60 minutes, if it's not working, they bring him off. They bring Ødegaard off. They bring Esse for Ødegaard. They bring Madueke on that side. And then if the other guy starts on the left-hand side, they bring
Martinelli.
They bring him. So they change the 2 wingers.
Trossard is an option. They have a lot of options on the bench.
Trossard starts.
Okay.
But the 2 wingers get taken off if they've not scored or if they're not ahead. And he brings 3 fresh players on.
So you think Trossard and Saka will be the starting wingers?
Yeah.
Okay,
Trossard is the guy who's
I think
going to be the big
Madueke
game.
and Martinelli will start for me, but that's just how I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
You think that?
I think we can solve
He's
the
rested
Declan
players.
Rice.
I just want to say this. He's rested players in the midweek game. That's why Lewis Skelly and that played. I think it's going to be Saka and Trossard tomorrow. But I'll be shocked if he starts. That's an
I think we can
solve
solve.
Well, because for me, I think he needs his
I don't
stronger
think he's gonna
one
drop.
against one players. I think he needs his strongest one against one
I don't
players.
think he's
because
gonna drop.
The game will be
He
man
might
marking one against one all over the pitch. So we
But
need
Jarvis,
to win
I
your
don't
battles.
think. But Jarvis, all the
Trossard is
big
not
games,
one.
he's
What-
not going
where-
to drop Trossard and Saka. I'll be shocked if he drops them both tomorrow. If they not drops them, but they don't start tomorrow.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
yeah.
be shocked.
I have a question for Jarvis in terms of the poll panel too. In terms of, you say we have to overload the midfield. Is that become important when we are off the ball or when we're building up? When we're on the ball?
No, when we are on the ball, when we are on the ball, always it's about rest defense and how we're going to stop them all the time. But also when they start to try to play out from the back, I don't think we should press high. I think we should wait. We should play in the mid block and just wait them out and force them to play around us. I think we are good enough on the, let's say, Dalot Shaw, and if you add Dorgu and will be on the Ahmad. I think we are strong enough when it comes to the side. I think we can defend well, and I think we will equalize Arsenal and stop them in the most important roles. So for me, I think when we played against Manchester City, it was easier to just block out Rodri. But now we have two guys. We need to block out Saliba, and we need to block out Declan Rice. So there's two players. I'm not worried about
Declan Rice,
though. Ball mover, it's just like sideways passes. It's Rice who will move the ball forward, and also Saliba.
We can solve the problem with Declan Rice because we line up in the 4-2-3-1. Declan Rice will probably be operating in the same zone as Bruno, but because Bruno is right behind Mbomo in the same line as a striker, Bruno can make striker run. I think both those two can switch places. With Mbomo will have better success pressing Declan Rice than Bruno does, and Bruno can invert as a striker, and I think we can make that work.
100%. I think we can, but also, as I said in the beginning, I think my thought is maybe we will start with Mason Mount, because he will give so much more into the midfield, and because I think one of the keys winning that midfield, being able to create an overload and create that box midfield, because 100% our attack will anyhow come from the sides. It's the attack will come from the wingers. It's Ahmad and Dorgu. Those are the outlets all the time when we're going forward. I don't think we will have anything.
So if you mean we starting with Mason Mount, are we starting Mason Mount instead of Bruno, or
no? Instead of Mbumo. And basically play with four midfielders, two attacking and two.
I don't think he's going to drop in Burma. I don't think he's going to drop in Burma.
I disagree, man.
But people, listen, there's over 30 of you in here, and we don't even got 100 likes. Are you taking the piss? What's going on here, people? Just like the video. Like the video. We've been live for more than an hour, nearly an hour and a half now. Like the video, man. What the fuck are we doing here?
I think
it takes 2 seconds. Jarvis, I want you to try and settle this argument, and I want everybody to get involved. I've been watching Arsenal very closely lately, yeah? And if they don't, especially at home, if they don't score, the crowd gets frustrated. The moans and groans carry on. I think this game away, if they're going to get anything out of the game, we have to score first. And Luan is like, it doesn't matter whether we score first or whatever. I'm like, if they score first, when they don't concede goals, they shut it up. They play like fucking Stoke. They will shut it up and hit us on the counter.
Yeah, my point is, Arteta, he will set up his team. He won't press high. He won't expose any spaces. He will play balanced for the
first 20 minutes, they'll try.
The
first 20 minutes, they'll try. They'll come out and I promise you, watch the first 20 minutes. They did it against Liverpool. The first 20 minutes, they come out, they try to squeeze it. They play a lot of the vertical lines. they try to use the energy of the crowd. But if they
Okay.
don't get the goal, then the game becomes a bit more balanced. The longer it stays 0-0, that's what they did against Liverpool anyway. But maybe tomorrow they won't do that. But they did that against Liverpool. And then Liverpool, it looked like Arsenal gassed out after that half. Second half, it was Liverpool. And Liverpool did everything but just couldn't put the ball in the back of the net. And by the way, this Arsenal team have limited... in this season, they've limited people not to even have one shot on target on their goal.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable. I think they've done it 3-4 times.
But I think you're right, Nordin. I think you are right. But I think Arsenal will huff and puff in the last. Okay, let's just keep them away from in the first 15 to 20 minutes, and then I think it will be an even game. I don't see them opening up spaces. I don't see them trying to attack unnecessary and open up spaces. So because they know that we will hit them on the counter, and we actually defend quite well when we sit in a 4-4-2 block, 2 blocks of 4, and have 2 hard-working forwards dropping down into the midfield, helping out, and not them being able to create an overload with Declan Rice or with Saliba or an inverted fullback or whatever, So I think for us, we have to be patient. I don't think it will be an open-ended game. I think we will see them trying to attack, and I think Arteta will actually think that he can win the game on set pieces, maybe a corner kick, a free kick, long throw, whatever, but he won't put everyone in attack. So I think patience is one thing, and we have to find the right rhythm of the game. So if we hold on for the first 20 minutes, maybe we will nick it 1-0. That's my hope.
Big up Amar. He says, Nora, how do we deal with their set pieces? Well, there have been many teams who dealt with it this season.
Good question.
You have to be very big, good question. We have to take solace from the other teams that have stopped them this season from scoring set pieces. Like Nottingham Forest. You have to get really physical against them. One thing you cannot do is have somebody go... We cannot allow the Saliba or Gabriel to bully the goalkeeper. Because what they'll do is, especially with Gabriel, they will put him on your goalkeeper and they want him to bully, or they'll put 2 people on the goalkeeper and Gabriel will run in and try to smash it. What we need to do is get first contact. We have to get the first contact on the crosses, on the corners. Whether it's to the back post, because Saka, the way that Saka, especially Saka, puts on in-swingers, and Declan Rice puts in swingers with his right foot as well. And sometimes they go out swingers. We need to be ready tomorrow for set pieces.
Yeah, but I trust Lammens. I trust Lammens 100% when it comes in, because we know they will push 4 guys into the line and try to crowd the space for the goalkeeper. But I trust Lammens in this game. He's calm in situations like this.
What I would do, if it was up to me, this is what I would do. I would completely shock them, and I don't know why no team has done that against them. But you know what I would do? I would leave the 6 attackers out the box.
Ooh.
I would mess with them. I would mess with their team, mess with their set-up play. They've got set up that everybody's in the box, all, like what we're doing. Almost kind of like they've got their 6 or 8 players to attack the ball. They've got 2 on the outside to stop the counter. By the way, they're the best team I've watched this season stopping the counter. Declan Rice is a monster. He is one of the best stoppers of counters from other teams. He is so intelligent, so good at smashing people. I'll say this. So what I'll do this tomorrow is I will have Mbeumo out the box, Ahmad out the box, Bruno out the box, right? Dogu out the box, right? I would get Kobe out the box. I would go U5, go near, because we can't be offside in our own half. And then I will see if they still keep Gabriel, if they see Saliba in that box. Because if we win the first contact, if Maguire wins the first contact, if Casemiro wins the first contact, all we have to do is find one of those 5 players, and we are 5 against 2. They'll have to drop. They'll have to empty the box. Nobody's done that against them, and it keeps fucking winding me up when I watch it. Why are you playing into their hands like dogs? Get 5 of your attacking players, especially smaller players, out of the box. Your fast players out of the box. They will have to then get their players defending out of the box. At Sunday League, I swear to God, at Sunday League, right? We knew certain teams who were very good at set pieces. We used to leave 6 players out the box. And then they'll go, oh shit, we don't want to get counted. Or the goalkeeper. And our goalkeeper used to be very proactive. He'll come and just jump and grab the ball and then throw it out. We score goals against him. I don't know why.
I mean, if he come to set pieces, I'll probably dish the zonal marking and go for man to man, because I think we can match up Maguire and Casemiro and possibly Diego Dalot with Saliba, Gabriel, and they also have a striker, Merino, who's also underrated when it comes to scoring headers. If we can match them man for man, everybody do your job, I think we should be able to deal with that pretty easily. The reason I was making that point earlier against what you were saying, Dean, about if we score a goal, it will not matter too much, is because when you look at Arsenal's team, they are weak. Their biggest weakness is they don't have any creativity in the final third. So they compensate with that with their execution.
Odegaard.
Yeah, even Odegaard is
the creative outlet.
But he's not like a creative player. He's more of a tempo setter. And that's the reason why they brought Eze. But Eze is not working. He's going too much the other way because they're sacrificing that tempo for creative and it's not working. So what I think the best way to play them is that they trust their execution and they rarely go long. So even when they're building up from the back, they will move that ball patiently. But they still move it fast anyway. But they'll move it up the pitch and they trust their overloads and they trust their third man round. And that's the reason I think that if we play compact in the 4-4-2, we should, and we play behind the ball when they're trying to progress it, they will not have any answer. But if we want to win that game, we cannot allow them to have that ball in order to move it up the pitch. We have to be able to exert a certain level of control as well, and then we have to punish them when we get our opportunities.
Okay. Yeah. I disagree a little bit, but because I think Odegaard is the creative outlet. He's their Bruno, sort of say. They have other players, but I think he still can create. But SA, when it comes to his creativity, is more attacking. It's more of a dribbler, but you don't have the creative output as Odegaard.
No, I think Odegaard suit Arsenal more than Eze does because of Arsenal love controlling the ball. So Odegaard being that safe player, he doesn't make any risky pass if you compare him to Bruno, and that worked well for them because they are a grinder team. They can win by 1-0 and they're not worried. It doesn't bother them at all. And in that sense, Odegaard fit them more. But I do think tomorrow, what will matter for us is the level of control that we have versus the level of control we can give them. And that's what's going to make the difference.
Yeah, okay.
A big game. City won today. I think they're at home. It's a big game for them. They want to win the league. I think they're going to come out in the first 20 minutes, and I'll be shocked if they don't. I think they're going to do that. But definitely made this 71, 100%. We have to do things. We have to come up with a game plan to upset their set-piece routines. 100 million%. We can't all just be in the box and da-da-da-da. No. I don't know why I'm so frustrated, and I'm begging for a Premier League team to show the rest of the Premier League teams, especially if you got quick players, just to take 5 players out of the box. That because I would love to see what they do then. Nobody's done that. People get involved in the poll. I'm still dumbfounded and shocked. We still haven't got 100 likes. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. We haven't got 100 likes.
Like the video, people. Another thing, you said they've conceded the least goal in the league, But also, they haven't faced an attack like ours before. Our attack is very versatile. We can hit them for pace. We can hit them for trickery on the wing. Ahmad and Dogu, or whether it's Ahmad or Cunha, we have different weapons we can throw at them. And I'm pretty sure they have not faced a creative midfielder like Bruno before. I mean, I'm one of Bruno's biggest haters, but I do understand in this kind of game, he's going to be a problem for them if they lay him roam free.
Yeah, big up, people, big up. But Bombaye, what do you think the score's going to be tomorrow?
10-0.
It's hard, this game, man. It's hard. It's an amazing game that I'm looking forward to.
Can I just tell you our record? Before you do that, let me tell you our record against them.
Yeah.
Our record is abysmal. Arsenal have won
I know.
each of their last 4 Premier League games against Manchester United. The longest home winning run again by them, any side in the competition. Last team to win 5 in a row in the league were West Brom between 1976 and 1980. Manchester United are winless in their last 6 Premier League games against Arsenal, drawing 1, losing 5. They have never gone 7 in a row without a win against the Gunners in their league history. Arsenal are looking to complete the 5th Premier League double over Manchester United, 97, 98, 2001, 2000, 2006, 2007, 2023, 2024. They won 1-0 at Old Trafford in a reverse fixture, but they only won both league meetings with the Red Devils without conceding in 1991, 1901, 1902 in the second tier. That was in Division 2.
Do you know, bro? I think tomorrow will be a bit of a cagey game. Yeah. I understand some people are in the comments are making some interesting contributions, saying if you think that Sesko is not starting tomorrow, you're dreaming. I don't know how we're going to approach this game. If we're licking balls into the box and we think that we're going to gain ground up there, then yeah. I understand what Jarvis is saying about Mason Mount, make them play wide, have that square there. Yeah, I get it. But it's a balancing act. If you play Mason Mount, it's a little bit less to think about, especially when we're trying to break. Whereas in Mbeumo is more to think about. So it does work both ways. It's about getting the balance right. It's something you could incorporate depending on how the game's going. Tomorrow I'll go 1-1, bro. I think it'll be because the way that they're playing, the way that we can set up here, providing there's no errors or red cards or anything to ruin the game, it'll be a decent game, a little bit of back and forth. But I think 1-1.
Yeah. Well, go on, Luani. What do you think the score's going to be? That's the team we picked, by the way. Let me just show you the possible lineup as well. Let me show you what the predictor people are predicting.
Dalo will start 100%. He will start. Forget about Masraoui. Dalo will start.
Yeah.
Is he starting on merit?
I think tomorrow is going to be a beautiful game of football because I think Arteta learned from the past that you cannot win the league by adopting a lame approach. If you want this league, you're going to have to go get it. I believe he have a lot of regrets from his close call. That game that he lost against Southampton started the decline. That was the year I believe he was supposed to win the league, and he's not going to make the same mistake again. And because City won today, that put extra pressure on them. They're playing at home, and he has to come and win this game. So he will attack us. He will move that defense up, and I believe we're going to have quite a few goals in this game. I suspect if we are clinical, we'll put at least 3 past them, and they will score 2 goals at the most.
Wow.
That's what I think.
I'm hoping we'd watch Luani's version of this game. That is much nicer than my version.
Yeah, 3-2 is my score. We win 3-2.
A classic tomorrow. Wow.
Yeah, big up to Ben. Love to Ben. Ben's gone. Ben, are you going? Yeah, Ben's gone. Big up to Ben.
Man.
United Ireland. Big up. Go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say when it comes to Dallo, people gotta realize Michael Carrick in his last period had Dallo as one of his players, and he played a lot of games. So
Yeah, he
and
talked about him. He talked
he
about him
doesn't
in the
know
presser.
Masraoui. He's never seen Masraoui in training, so he doesn't know him personally. And I think I think that Carrick, I believe that Carrick trusts Dallo. So for me, I'm almost 99% certain that Dallo will start the
He
game.
specifically talked about him, Jarvis, in the presser. They asked him
Yeah.
in an interview. They asked him what they said. Diego Dalot's getting a lot of stick from the fans. What do you think of him? He said, "Oh, he loves his football club. He wants
Yes.
to do well. I thought he played well." Da 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 da. Da. But so yeah, yeah.
So,
That's what he said.
for us believing that Masraoui will start, no, I don't see it happening. Dallo will start on the right, and also we got to remember Dallo as an attacker, he's more willing to go forward than Masraoui. Masraoui is more measured. He's more balanced in the way he plays. And I'm not sure if that's the Carrick way. When we attack, we want to go in the 3-2-5, and Dallo is the outlet on the right hand side. So
This is Michael Carrick's some of his quotes. I'm looking forward to the game. Big challenge. They Arsenal got many strong points. We're taking the things that lightly. We feel in a good place. We're looking forward to the game. Matt Carrick, Kobe Mainu saying he known him since he was a kid. When he was going through the badges as a 14-year-old. But then this is Kobe's rapid rise. Part of the career is ups and downs, he says. And then this is what he said. So this is what he said about Diego Dalot, Jarvis. Big up to Sheharian for the quotes. He said, Diego Dalot, I thought he played ever so well last week. There was an incident with a yellow card, but he had to manage to defend. That he did good. He's been ups and downs. He said about something, and I forgot what the rest of the thing said. But yeah, as a footballer or something, he said about ups and downs. But yeah. But listen, there is this bit here, which is I think is totally out of order. This is bullshit. This is absolutely bullshit. This is the club. This is how fucked up our club is, by the way. This is the club, yeah. Briefing this Simon Jones at the Daily Mail to make Ruben Amorim even worse than he is. Yes, he didn't rate Kobe, but no way did people saying Manchester United was agreed that contract, but Ruben stopped the contract. I don't believe that. This is the same club that was breathing against Kobe, saying he wanted over 200 grand, and now they're breathing against Amorim. Listen, you can say what you want about Amorim, but he did not do this shit. And this is a disgrace, and it needs to be fucking called out. This is what the toxicity in this fucking football club is. They breathe against you. Once they think you're the enemy, once they think how things have turned, they breathe against you. And this is bullshit. This is fucking...
And the Glazer got Noradin right now. And I agree, it's fucking bullshit. And we know that how they actually just brief against us, and we see all this positive news now coming out. Nordin, they try to now with the Chelsea guy being homesick and all of this, it's just
bullshit. Yeah, the transfer window, Jarvis. That's the other topic. Sorry, I wanted to go around. Sorry, Luwani said we're going to win. Lubumbaye said it's going to be a tight game. Jarvis, what do you think the score's going to be? And I can tell you what did Ben say as well? Ben said something, and I need to find it, what he said. But go ahead, Jarvis.
Yeah, my score prediction for the game, I think we will go 1-0 up. I think Arsenal will come back on a set piece, and I think the game will end 1-1. And I'll take a draw. I will be happy with the draw, and I think Arsenal will be okay with the draw. So, I think everybody will go away from this game feeling okay. So 1-1, I think that's a sensible score from the game. We can nick it. Yes, obviously we can, but I think it will be like an even game, balanced game. It will be a midfield battle. We have to be up for it, and we have to defend the set pieces. Arsenal will try to score on their set pieces, and we will obviously try to score on our set pieces. I think one of the key roles will be, are we able to neutralize Declan Rice and Saliba, and also will a player like Dorgu and Ahmad have enough space to attack? Will Arteta let their fullbacks go on, or will he hold them back and just go attack with, let's say, 3 to 4 guys?
Jarvis, from what I've watched, if they're losing or they go for it, they open up, they literally open up. And they're very susceptible to the counter. They're just like any team when they don't have the set structure. They're like any team. Saliba and I've seen Gabriela get pulled apart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but
one of them steps.
Timber on the left, Gabriel on the left. Will they both go out because Mbeumo will drag over to the left-hand side, being close to Ahmad, and when we attack, there's always an outlet for Bruno to play over to them 2 guys.
Yeah, I think the running power of Manchester United will cause them problems. It's interesting. The predictor. The
Opta.
Yeah, who scored first? That when they do the preview, they picked. Let me just show the team that they picked. I think this is the team that's going to play for. If you ask me, I think this is the team that's going to play for them. But I think this is the team. This is the wrong team that they picked. Let me just get to this. 1 second. Bear with me, people. I'll show you. But they picked a completely different team.
Saka and Trossard.
1 second. Yeah. So this is what they picked. Look, the United team, they said a lot. Maguire, Martinez, Shaw. Yeah, that's the back 5. They're playing Ugarte instead of Kobe. They're playing Sesko instead of Mbeumo. So Diallo, Fernandez, and Dogu and Sesko. But I think this is going to be the Arsenal team. I think it's going to be Reina, Saliba, Martinelli. Gabriel. Timber is going to play right. White. These 3 are going to play, I believe. And then Trossard and Saka are going to play with the Carrick'S. I think that's the team they picked for this game. I don't think Sesko's going to play. I think Mbeumo's going to play. I don't think Ugarte is going to play. I think.
But why pick Trossard? Why? What's Trossard has to
Jarvis,
get in this game?
He scores vital goals for them. He is one of the match winners for them. From nowhere, from a little action, he just scores goals for them. And that's why he's in the team. That's why, and they also like Martinelli when they're winning. So Trossard gets the goal because in the second half they like to bring on Martinelli for the counter attack. Martinelli does what Rashford used to go from left to centre, or sometimes just stay in the centre and just run. That's what they're doing it. Big up Ben. Ben said this. I got to shoot, folks. He said, "I can see Arsenal beating us 3-1. We might even get smashed, but I hope the boys show up and show what they can do." Free Palestine and big up. Love to you, Ben.
Big up. The one thing I'm worried about tomorrow also is Arsenal's gamemanship. Their ability to do the dark out thing. They're one of the team in the league that excel at that. So let's look forward to them putting pressure on the referee. They fall too easily, trying to bait our fullback into yellow card, especially Casemiro or DM. We all know how he crunch into tackle. The Arsenal player will probably be instructed in that, especially also looking the way their coach Arteta does his theatrical on the sideline. That's one thing I'm also very worried about. We need to keep our cool because they're going to bait us into those situations as well.
Yes, Trossard is the guy who starts, Jarvis. Most weeks he's the one who starts. So everything I'm saying, but it's going to be very interesting. But what do I think? What do I think about the result, people? How do I think this game can go? I think if Manchester United score first, I think we get a result. I think it might be a draw. It might be a score draw. And I think the longer the game stays 0-0, the more nervous they will get. And Manchester United in the first half cannot concede. They cannot concede. Manchester United cannot concede. We have to keep the level of intensity. I believe we need to go face to face. We need to make this game an ugly game. We need to roll back the years and make this a physically ferocious game for them and fight them. They're a very physical team. They're big boys in that team. We need to damage them with running. Dogu, Amad Diallo, they need to be able to turn on a sixpence. They need to be able to run this into the spaces and test Gabriel, test Saliba. That's what we need to do tomorrow. And the most important thing is on the ball, We cannot be wasteful. We need to be. And I believe the longer we're winning 1-0, the more desperate they will get. The more he'll make more attacking substitutions. The more he will push Saliba. He will try to pin us in our own box, try to get the equalizer. We need to be good on the counter then, I believe. But yeah, Odegaard, Rice, Supermendy, Saliba. I think Saliba gets the ball against a team that do a low block, complete low block. But if we're doing a mid block tomorrow, it'd be Supermendy, sorry, and Declan Rice. Declan Rice makes runs with the ball, but it's very impossible.
But Northern, we are not going to sit and let them just attack. We will do.
We need to engage them. We need to engage them.
We will pick a half. And Mbeumo will pick a half. We will force them over to one side, and then we will be aggressive in the mid block. We will be aggressive. We won't let them just roll and walk the ball over the midfield line, as we did against Manchester City. You saw it both. Always, we tried to force them over to one side, and then Dorgu, for example, was super aggressive when he had the chance. And I think we will try to do the same. So I'm not that worried about this, but you have to have a hell of a work rate on the two forwards, Bruno and Mbeumo. Yeah. They will have to put in a shift, 100%. And also when it comes to the game tomorrow, the referee for the game is Craig Pawson. It's not Michael Oliver, you know. Craig Pawson is not like always by the book. He tends to let the game flow a little bit. So I hope that we will see a referee tomorrow that will also understand that this is a big game. Man United can be a little bit rougher in the tackles. We can use a little bit of our physicality and not always get a free kick. And, you know, he will blow his whistle and kill the game. So I'm a little bit optimistic tomorrow because of the referee, because I think it's a good pick for a big game. Craig Pawson.
All I know is this: tomorrow, Manchester United have to put a performance that the fans can be proud of. And if they do well, and let's say Reina makes incredible saves, I'll be the first one to come back here and defend them. Defend Michael Carrick, defend the squad, defend the whole team. But it's about...
What's your biggest fear then, Nordin, for the games tomorrow?
My biggest fear is that they score and then they let us have the ball. And then we find it difficult.
And we will be exposed because of our inabilities to control games.
And that's why we need to score first. That's why, to me, first goal is so vital. And let me just check the poll. I put it first goal vital. I said, to get a result tomorrow, we have to score first. Do you agree? And 79% of people agree. 21 doesn't. I've seen Arsenal. They don't mind winning ugly. They don't mind winning 1-0 ugly. They don't. Arteta does not give a damn. He has no care about controlling whatever. Controlling the team defensively. He will control us, and then they will hit us on the counter. So we need to do not allow that game tactics. We need to get past through the first 20 minutes, then maybe the first half, and then they will get nervous. They will get nervous. I promise you that no other stadium gets as nervous as that stadium. Because Arsenal fans want to win the league so badly, and they're unhappy with this negative tactics. So some of the Arsenal fans go, "This is negative tactics," but they want it. Arteta wants to make it 1-0 to the Arsenal tomorrow, 1-0 to the Arsenal, and defend like dogs. Graham, what's the name? Something Graham, George Graham tactics.
Boring.
I don't think tomorrow's game is going to define our season, regardless of the result that we get. Because if we lose or we win if we lose the game tomorrow, I believe we have 13 more.
What's going on, Momo?
Oh, sorry, am I not on mute? I'm watching something. I apologize. Sorry, guys. I'm watching.
There's a guy. You need to share it with me.
I'm following. There's this guy. It's a race in the Olympics, the sprint hurdles, and he's giving it big. I'm thinking, right, it's going to be good. First hurdle, he wraps up and does a somersault, kills himself.
Oh my god!
But he was giving it large before it started. Oh, apologies. Sorry, guys.
No problem. Yeah.
You were saying, Jarvis. Add it to the blooper reel on Real United Therapy, man. Oh dear.
Now, just speaking about the game of tomorrow, how I don't think the result will define our race for top
No, I'm
4.
listening. I'm listening to you.
Because even if we lose that game, we still have enough game in the season. And Liverpool, they lost their game today. That gives us a little buffer. The pressure is
we're
more.
only going to have 14 games, Luwani. It's not a lot of games. We'll have 14 games.
Yeah, 14 games.
14 games will go like that, bang, bang, bang.
Now I'm not even looking at Liverpool. Now I'm looking at us going third because I believe Villa will drop off. Villa doesn't have the squad.
I don't know what you're smoking, Jarvis. I don't know what you're smoking. Not Jarvis, sorry. Luwani, I don't know what you're smoking.
I believe we finished third. I believe so. Villa doesn't have the squad. They don't. We finished third.
Yeah, and Villa has overperformed their XG by 10, 15 goals. So I don't think
injuries for
Villa
the guys. A lot of injuries as well.
Tomorrow
they got rid of Marlon and McGinn's gone.
Jarvis, you asked me what am I worried about? I'm worried that the first 20 minutes Manchester United concede, and I'm worried that then the crowd will be up. They'll fight for blood. They'll go and get goals. That's what I'm worried about. I'm worried that because mentally when we're weak, I don't care where the fuck Carrick is. Carrick is not going to in 10 days change the complete mentality of this Manchester United team. When we concede another one. We concede goals when we concede. This mentality. I don't know what Luwani is, honestly. I don't know what you're drinking. I don't know what you're smoking. I don't know what you're on. But this team is mentally weak. So weak, unbelievably weak. So for me, the only way we can play on the front foot is if we get something. If we get something for our rewards in the first game. And I don't trust the team. I'm not one of those people. I 100% believe that mentally they're so weak. And once things go wrong against us, whatever the formation, whoever the coach is, these players fold like fucking bread.
Nah, I believe you're wrong. You charge into the mental while you need to charge to the tactic. The mental was not the issue. The players were trying. But now we get to prove that the tactic, the formation, being changed.
It's not the formation. It's the system. It's nothing to do with formation. Okay, the game when it starts is fluent. It's the system. It's not the formation.
System. My bad then. My bad. The system then. Now that we playing with a different system, and most of these players are playing in position that they're more familiar with, given their experience and their trade. I believe they will feel more comfortable, and that does a lot in terms of mentality of a player when you play in a position that you're more accustomed to. When the blueprint that you've been given, you can execute better.
Yeah. So it's going to be very interesting tomorrow. This is a true test of Michael Carrick. It's a true test. Can Manchester United back up with another big performance as they did against City? City didn't want to know. Arsenal 100% want to know. Arsenal are complete, like Jarvis broke it down. They have a different football structure than City. They're not going to not press us.
They will be balanced.
And then give us a high line. They're not going to do that. They're going to, if they're going to press properly. They're going to set traps. And then they're going to squeeze the game. So we need to score first. And if you score in the first half, second half, they're going to struggle. But people, we're here. We've been here. Big up to everybody. Love and light. Go and check out Tactical Breakdown. They did Bowley, BOLE 77 on X. Make sure you check out Stu and Jarvis breaking the game down tactically the other night. Go and watch that before you watch the game. Check out Luwani, United Trucker. Bumbaye is not on social media. Check out Bon and Elmore39 on X and Elmore20 on Twitch and TikTok. Big up to every one of you. Smash a like. Free Congo, free Sudan, free Lebanon, free Yemen, free Iraq, free Syria, free Somaliland, free Congo, free Sudan, free everybody. F the military complex, F the Zionists, and F the colonizers, and F Jim Glazer and all of the other Glazers. Love and light, people. Take care. Peace.
Take care. Take care. Good night.